Hello everyone, welcome to a new video today. This is my last layout I will be doing as part of my summer kit series. So when I did the last one I thought maybe that was it. I've decided this is the last one because after this I only have one more to finish and I know it's going to be easy, so I don't need to put that on camera. But for this one I have 3 gorgeous photos from the Riverside International Friendship Gardens. Just doing some close-ups there. I love that water wheel that's part of the Irish garden. And then I did a close-up of some lovely flowers to bring out the red that was in here. And then I've already gone through my papers and I had just this 3x4 chunk of paper left in the kit, and I decided, well, it matches, so I'm going to use it. So I know I'll be using that to make my own card, but exactly what I do with that, I don't know. The other thing is that I suppose I should show what I have left in my kit here. There's what's left in my summer kit. The other problem I have here is because there's red in here, that poses a problem. In this kit, there's not a ton of red. I know there are a few little maybe phrase labels or embellishment things, and that's kind of it. I know I did have a red star, but I already used it on a different layout that you'll see in the flip through, so I can't use that. So I'll have to be creative to see, can I work in some of the brown here, or maybe it'll end up being things that are kind of a white background with black lettering. I know I have some stickers and chipboard things that might work for that. But, you know, other than that, I don't know. So I'm kind of winging this one, and I'll just see how it goes. So I've gone into my kit and pulled out anything that had red in it. So I do have some stickers here. I'm not sure that any of these really are appropriate, with the exception of maybe this one. It does have a flower on it. The rest of it, not so much. I did have some scraps of ribbon. So I have this one, which does have red, green, and blue in it, but it looks kind of Christmassy to me. So I don't know that I like that there. And then this one has a similar color scheme, but different style. It has polka dots, and putting it up against this, I don't think I'm crazy about that either. I just don't like the tone it sets, I guess is what you'd say. So I don't know that I'm going to use those. And then in here, I know I have this red label. I have this, but it says now we're going places. I don't know that that's appropriate. So I don't have a whole heck of a lot. This may be one where I have to go in and pull some things that are not specific to my kit in order to just get it done. These are 3 red things I found in there. I knew I had the label, and I can probably make that work with whatever. I could stamp on it in brown if I had to bring in some of that. I have this one that says outdoors is better. And then I have this one that says explore. And these reds are not quite the same, but I don't think it matters here. I think I could get away with using any of them. And I'm not sure which of these I like better. I wouldn't use them both. Ooh, you know what? Probably the one that says outdoors is better, because it is outdoors, it's nature, and it's a nice contrast in width compared to this if I end up using both of those. So for now, I'm going to take that one out of there and keep that one. And again, I do have that red flower over here. I was also thinking possibly, could I kind of cut this and just use one little branch, because there are trees in the background, and then it wouldn't look quite so tropical, because I don't need to have that sun in there. I could cut that off. I could cut most of this second trunk off maybe and just use this maybe on the border. I don't know. I'm going to see what happens. So I'm giving this a whirl. I've put it on very lightly so that if I decide I don't like it after it's cut, I can just hopefully carefully lift it off. But that gives me quite a bit to cut off there. But we'll try it and see what I think. All right, so I have that cut off, and I don't mind the way that it looks. I kind of like that it's just trees peeking out like that. It kind of works. There are trees and bushes in the background here, so that's fine. And then I tucked just a little bit of the end under that top leaf there. I like the way that looks as well. So I will probably glue this down the way that it looks. But then I almost feel like I need something right here just to kind of offset it, to kind of match this. So I will go looking for that next. Well, I didn't find anything else in my kit that I like with this, so I'm going to have to go outside it, I think. I had a couple of cork embellishments here, but they don't say the right things. So that's not going to work. So I pulled out these old stickers that I have from Simple Stories. And I've had these a long time. Let's see if I can find a date right there. Ooh, 2012. So I've had these 8 years, people. That's a long time. And I still have quite a few left. And I went to these because they have some brown in them, which is what I want, because there's just a little bit peeking out here, but I need to bring in what's in this photo up top. So I am thinking, maybe I can use one of these because then I can write something or stamp on it. And it's got white in it, which offsets this nicely, but it still has brown around the edge. Or I could use this little label here and put it on top of here, again, to write or stamp. Or I could even use this circular one. I'm kind of intrigued by that because it mimics the circle of the wheel, but I'm not sure how to make that work. If I should tuck it under here, have it hanging off the side, not sure. But I will use something from this sheet. All right, I actually decided to use this one. I like it because it's still rectangular, so it mimics this, but it's much wider and it gives me room to write or stamp in there, which is awesome. So I will just cut off the excess hanging over the edge here, and then that's how it looks. So when I decided to stamp, I was wondering, like, what kind of phrase would I stamp? I don't want it to say nature or whatever because that's already outdoors. I have that here. I wanted to be a little bit more creative. Well, when I came across this set that I have, I liked this one. In Technicolor, it says. I don't know when else I would use that, but look at how super bright that red is. I feel like that's appropriate. So I think I'm going to stamp that right in here, and it does fit. I've already checked. It barely fits, but I can do it. Ta-da! There it is, all stamped and ready to go, and I really like it. I'm glad I chose that one. I am going to put in a mini staple though right here, just towards the edge there. Yep, there we go. And now that card is done. I saved that red label that I had here so that I can use it up here, and I'm not sure if I want it hanging off the side to kind of go with this, or if I want it sort of hanging off the bottom. Then I've got a lot of red next to each other. So I have to decide on that next, and then am I going to stamp again or write? I have decided to stamp again on this label here, and I'm going to use this set. This is from Kelly Purkey. It's quite old. It's 2015. I've had it a long time, and as you can see, it's well loved. So I am going to use the one that says the view from here, because I love that when I was standing here, I could see that water wheel. And then for these, I came around a curve in the path, and then this just kind of broke into my view as I came around, and it was quite breathtaking. So I think that's appropriate. There's that one with the stamping and with the label attached, and I am going to trim off the excess here. There we go. And also put a little staple in there, just like the other one. That way they match. They look like they go together. Perfect. And that might be it for this one. Let's see here. Move this out of the way. Don't know that I want to add anything to either of those two photos because they're quite busy and they're lovely the way they are, so I don't want to interfere with that. You know what? I feel like maybe I want to splatter on this one with some brown. Hold that thought. All right, I've got this ready to do my splattering, and I am using my Glimmer Mist. This is what it should look like when it comes out. Hopefully that's accurate. It usually is. I've used this one quite a bit. And this one is called Light Rosewood. Okay, I have done the splattering, and I just did the tiniest kind of bit that I could. Less is more here, so you can kind of see it there. It's not totally dry yet because I just did it. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit while it dries, and then hopefully this is done. Okay, everything is dry now and in the pockets, and I love it. It's very subtle, but it has enough of little embellishments happening that I'm really happy with it. So here's some close-ups. That's the top row, and that's the bottom row with my homemade card. So this was the final layout with my summer kit. So the next thing you'll see is a recap of what I have left in that kit, and then a flip through. Thanks for watching.